Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day from Ebi Cakes. Thank you so much for purchasing my DIY Valentine's Day cake kit. Now let's get right into what's in the box. All right, so when you open up the box, you will first see a label on top with the contents and, of course, this QR code for this video. These are just some step-by-step instructions written just in case you don't want to watch the video. So go ahead and take out those frozen cake layers. All right, you have a closed tip in the piping bag, and the next one is an open tip in the piping bag. Next, we have 2 bags of pink buttercream and 1 bag of red buttercream and white buttercream, our love seasoned cake charm, our icing smoother, and our offset spatula, sprinkles and candy hearts. And last but not least, we have our cake board. All right, now these are optional items. This is a cake turntable with a silicone mat for grip, or you can also use a piece of shelf liner. And this is just so your cake won't slide around on your turntable if you have one. Scissors in a small bowl, and of course, paper towels. Let's get right into it. Go ahead and put your cake board on your work surface and grab your pink buttercream. Cut about 1 inch off the tip, and then you're gonna squeeze a dollop of buttercream onto your cake board, and that's just gonna act like some glue when you put your cake on your cake board. So go ahead and grab your layers and open up the first one, and you just want to take that and center it directly in the middle of the cake board. Okay, now once you have that in place, grab that pink icing bag again, and now you want to pipe out the buttercream that goes in the middle of your cake layers. Now, I was a little heavy on the buttercream. I should have stopped right there, but I decided to put a second layer, and then I almost ran out of icing. So you can, once you do that, you can just use your offset spatula to spread it out. And then you just want to spread it all the way to the edge. Next, you're going to get your second layer of frozen cake and place it directly on top of that buttercream that you just piped in the middle. And then you just want to make sure it lines up and just turn it around just to make sure it lines up on all sides. Now you're going to get the rest of that buttercream and pipe. You can either start on the sides like I'm doing, but now I'm just going to go actually and skip to the top and pipe the top. And basically I am just covering the whole cake with buttercream, and don't worry, we are definitely going to smooth it out. But at this point, you just want to make sure the cake has buttercream and you don't have cake showing through. And if you run out like I did, go ahead and grab that second bag and open it up and finish piping the top or the sides, whichever one you start with or finish with. And then just keep going around like so. Okay, and once you are done with that, you're going to grab your offset spatula and you're going to use that on the sides to just spread the buttercream around. You don't want to press too firmly. You want to just spread it around, and you want to try not to get any crumbs in your buttercream. However, sometimes that is impossible and it happens. But yeah, just go ahead and take your offset spatula. Now, whatever buttercream you have left on your spatula, just go ahead and put it on in your bowl, and you can always go back to that bowl if you need more buttercream and use that, and then spread that on your cake. So once you go around with your offset spatula, once you're done with that, grab your icing smoother and go around the whole side of the cake. And as you can see, using a turntable makes this process a lot easier. And same as the offset spatula, you want to just wipe the excess off into your bowl, and then of course you can always use that buttercream again. Now this is the smoothing process, so it will take some time for the sides and the top to get smooth. So during this process, you are going to alternate using your icing smoother and your offset spatula to smooth it as best as you can. If your buttercream gets really soft, you can always place your cake into the freezer for about 10 minutes and let that buttercream firm up. After about 10 minutes, take it out the freezer and continue on putting the remaining buttercream onto your cake, and it'll make it a lot easier when you are smoothing and using the icing smoother and the offset spatula. It'll make it a lot easier working with firm buttercream. But yeah, you can just keep it in the freezer for about 10 minutes and then go back to it and then put the remaining buttercream on there. So again, take your time with this step. Again, it takes some time and a lot of patience. Even for myself, it takes a little while just to make sure that all of the sides are smooth, and you do want to make sure you don't have any cake showing. Now, I do have some showing, but I can show you at the end. You can always cover that with some sprinkles, or if you do have some showing on or like around the border, you can cover that up with a border buttercream. So go ahead and grab your piping tip with the open tip and your red bag of icing and cut about 1 inch of the tip off and insert it right into that piping bag until you push it all the way down into the piping tip. And once you do that, you just give it a little squeeze from the top and then you'll see the buttercream come out. So now we are getting ready to pipe our border. But if you want to practice a little bit, you can always just use a piece of paper, or you can just use your icing smoother. And basically I'm just pressing, going up a little bit and releasing. Press, release, press, release. Okay. Now we're going to do that same motion on our heart cake. Okay. So we want to pipe a heart border all the way around. So I like to start right at the edge right there. So I'm just pressing, release, press at the top, release. And I am making a little shell. So my piping bag is going up just a little bit, and then I'm just going back around. Okay, and then I'm going to do that on the other side as well, which was quite difficult because I wanted to make sure I had the camera angle and everything. So yeah, the other side does look a little better, but hey, once you put sprinkles on it, you won't even be able to tell any imperfections that you might have. So just keep going all the way around until you make a heart. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom as well. Okay, so I'm just starting on the bottom, right on the corner of the heart, and I'm just doing a press release, and I'm just going all the way around, just like we did with the top border. Okay, and I'm gonna attempt to do the other side as well. Okay, so I'm just doing a press. I'm going slightly upward with my piping bag, just create that shell effect. And then I'm bringing it right back down and then releasing. And you should have enough buttercream to practice for the red and the white as well. All right, so now we're done with the red border. Now we're gonna get our closed tip and our white buttercream. Again, we're gonna cut that tip off of the white buttercream and slide it right into the closed tip bag and piping tip. And same thing, you want to press a little bit from the top. And now we're going to put our second border. Okay, so we're going to start in the same place, but we're going to go on the inside of that red border. And you're going to do the same motion. This tip is slightly smaller, so the pattern is going to be just a little bit smaller than the red. Okay, so you're just gonna go ahead and just follow that heart shape all the way around. Okay, and then once you get to the end of that, we're gonna do the same thing at the bottom. Okay, so I went ahead and finished that. Now, this is me just practicing doing just some little piping, like drop flowers. You can pipe like that as well. I do prefer the shell border. So now I am actually doing a third border going underneath the red border. And you can see it a little bit better as I'm going going in on this side as well. This is optional. It just makes it look a little bit more dainty, but whatever you decide is up to you. So once you finish your borders, go ahead and grab your sprinkles and your little sprinkle scoop. And then you don't have to fill it up with sprinkles. And just go ahead and start placing the little sprinkles on your buttercream border. And again, any imperfections, those sprinkles will cover it up and no one will ever know. So you're just gonna go all the way around until you get to the end. Okay, now you want to grab your Love Season cake charm. Okay, and go ahead and take it out the plastic. And now you want to center it and put it right in the middle. Now you could do this before you put your border on there. It's kind of optional, but sometimes, like with me, I put it on there and I did mess my buttercream up just a little bit, but it's not even that noticeable. And then sometimes if you need a toothpick to press your cake charm down, you can use that as well. And that's what you see me getting right here. So I'm just using a toothpick just to press it down so I won't get any of my fingerprints on it. Okay, so now I am getting my little candy hearts and I'm just gonna add those to the side. I'm gonna try my best not to get any type of fingerprints on the cake. So yeah, you just got to be a little gentle. Now this is the part where I said you could go ahead and cover up any imperfections that you might see. So I'm just trying to cover up those areas where I had a little cake showing through. And then I'm just adding a few of the candy hearts to the top of the cake as well. So you can use as many or as little as you like. And here is our finished product, guys. You made it all the way through. Happy Valentine's Day. I cannot wait to see you guys' finished product. Please tag me on Instagram or Facebook, Ebi Cakes. Thank you guys.